Hello, witches. Did you hear we're hosting a magical marketplace? Join us on Saturday, October 18th at the beautiful Sunshine Prophecy in Oakland, California for a day of celebrating our witchcraft. We'll have vendors selling their magical wares, we will have practitioners offering their services, and we will have space for the community to enjoy each other. After the marketplace, I, Casey Zabala, will be hosting a tarot workshop on the cards of 2025 and 2026, the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune. So join us on October 18th, just before the Samhain portal, for a day of celebration, a day of magical connection, and space to celebrate this beautiful community. See you there. Find the link to RSVP to this free event in our show notes. Dear witches, staying up to date with the moon? Seeking a little reminders to re-enchant your world? Subscribe to the Modern Witches newsletter for lunar love notes and magical inspirations delivered right to your inbox. Modern Witches is shape-shifting, yet it will always be a project that centers our mystical community members. Do you have a course or a podcast you'd like to promote to magical babes? Want to share your art with the folks who might be most touched by its spiritual themes? Send us an email at info@witchesconfluence.org to have your work promoted on our newsletter. Subscribe to Modern Witches newsletter in the link in show notes. Hello and welcome to the Modern Witches podcast. I am Casey Zabala and I am here with Mariana today to discuss Scorpio season. Hey Mariana, how are you doing?
I am good. As good as one can be considering the celestial weather and world weather and just everything.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's like, despite the escalation of fascism, I continue to try to be a human.
Yeah.
And remember, I think, one of the reasons why I love doing this podcast is just like tuning into these cycles and getting more perspective that feels more meaningful, I guess, or enchanted than the like dominant oppressive narrative at the moment.
Yeah, it's like kind of grasping for silver lining.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels pretty tiresome at this point, but yeah. And we record this, by the way, on the day of the full moon in Aries, so we feel full
Yes.
with stuff. So if we overspill, forgive us.
Exactly. Yes, that's a good note. And I just want to say too, Karima couldn't make it today, but they will be with us next
Yes.
episode, next season. So
Yes.
Holding space for them as well. And before we jump into Scorpio season and the transits, I also just want to share with our dear listeners that we're going to be planning a little mini podcast break. Starting in January, we're going to take a couple months off to just sort of, restructure our offering and do some much needed sort of recalibration and realignment with this work. And we're planning to be back on the spring equinox. So, just giving everyone a heads up, we're going to be recording through Capricorn season, and then we'll take a little break.
Yeah. It's okay to take pauses.
Yeah, it's important.
It's
We haven't
important.
really done it, so
I think like a lot of people and a lot of organizational entities and individuals feel like it's a luxury or it's not allowed or whatever.
yeah,
And it's important.
totally. It's part of kind of the way I practice anti-capitalism, you know?
Mhm.
I think the constant, like, forced progression of things where we're like constantly have to expand and grow just is not realistic in my
Mm-mm.
estimation. So, yeah, resting.
Not realistic is and so detrimental.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just insane. I was just thinking actually last night about Substack, where
Mm,
we both are, and you
mhm.
guys should, if you like
Yeah.
us talking, maybe you like us, our writing as well. You can find us on Substack. And I was like thinking about it, and I'm like, they're making it also like they're like post 4 or 5 notes a day. I'm like, I am trying to get out of Instagram not to do that.
I
Now
know.
I'm here, and you telling me I have to do that here as
I know.
well.
I know. It's so important to like, I don't know. I think right now as a creative person, my struggle is absolutely against that like excessive need to produce, create content, and it feels so devoid of spiritual grounding for me as a person that's like a
Mhm.
little bit slower, more intentional, taking space to integrate things. And I just keep like resisting the noise of the need to kind of like produce so much and just like focusing on what I am producing and what my projects are and returning to that and trying to have good boundaries around
Mhm.
it, but it's so hard. It's
It
so
is
hard.
very hard. It is very hard because, and I don't know, like who, I love creating and creators, but I'm like, it's too much out there.
Hmm.
Everybody need to curb it down.
Yeah.
It's too
I'm
much. I
I'm very
can't
happy.
consume so much.
Totally. Totally. I'm very happy like sharing 2 essays a month. It's
Hmm.
like I'm like, "Oh, okay.
It's
That's
perfect.
fine."
Yes,
There's
it's like
other things to read.
you're not a
You know?
news outlet.
Yeah, exactly.
It's different. And everybody's acting like they have to share every moment like it's news.
Hmm.
No, it's not.
No.
Get
No,
over it, please.
exactly. Yeah. But definitely follow us on Substack, everyone.
Definitely.
We won't be overwhelming you.
We two of us
Yes.
definitely won't. We'll maybe underwhelm you at
I
times,
know. Yeah, exactly.
but we
Just the
should be
right
all
amount of whelm.
trying a little bit to be a little bit underwhelmed at this moment. I would love to be underwhelmed by everyone.
Yeah.
Is that a word I'm saying? Does
This
this
is
exist?
really okay. So I just watched 10 Things I Hate About You. Have you seen that movie?
Long time ago,
Okay,
yes.
well, it's a gem and you should
Uh-huh.
watch it again because there's a scene that's very famous. We're like, I know you can be overwhelmed. Can you, and you can be underwhelmed, but can you be
Really?
overwhelmed? And the line is like, I think you can in Europe. It's so good.
That's why I'm saying it. I honestly don't remember that, but I'm like, there must be underwhelmed.
Um,
Anyways,
and
yes. So, yeah, Scorpio season, exciting. One of my favorites personally.
I know. And I do have to say Karima is like so excited about this season. So
She was, oh my God, no.
I know we're pulling her in. She's gonna have a lot to share in the next
Yeah.
episode. But I think there are some witches out there that really feel connected to Scorpio season because it's Samhain season, which is
Mm.
such a major focal point for so many practicing witches of like this kind of end of the year rebirth moment. Um, and Scorpio season is very deep and psychic and rich
Mhm.
with kind of um, this ability to really introspect in this magical way. I think it has this very mythical quality to it. Um,
Mm.
so if Scorpio season is your season, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for that here.
This particular one is, the beginning is a little bumpy with Pluto and Aquarius. We'll talk about it, but overall, I love Scorpio season because I really do enjoy fixed periods somehow. I have nothing fixed in me. I don't have anything a point, a planet, nothing,
Really?
nothing.
You have part of fortune in Scorpio.
Oh yes. Oh my God, you're yes, that I do have that.
I
I do
remember
have
because I have it too. And I'm like, oh,
yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
It's a very important one. In traditional astrology, they say it's a second ascendant. So yeah, it carries a lot of weight. And I maybe that's why I'm so connected to Scorpio. And obviously Pluto, our generation, we all have like Pluto
Yeah.
in Scorpio. But I love how it just feels like a very protective container and not like I don't know. It's like you either you get a glimpse into what you're really willing to stick with, but
Mm,
also you get a glimpse into something that has stuck with you for way too long.
yes.
Like just like a weird, like it's like it is sticky season, both good and bad.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is a good note. I think it's like really important to practice your like psychic protection and psychic cleansing during this time of year with Scorpio season because there is so much depth and richness and you can like kind of take in a lot that you
Hmm.
maybe don't want to actually hold on to. And it's a good time for release work too. So,
Yeah,
a good time to like deepen that
definitely.
practice, do a big cleansing ritual or spell or
Hmm.
because you're right. I am a very extremely fixed person.
Hmm.
And yeah, there's ways that it can be, you can just realize how much you can hold when you have a lot of fixed energy, and how that can be detrimental sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fixed energies like they carry something for longer than they should. They have
Hmm.
tendency
Yep.
to do that, but also devotion to something is there. If it's
Mm.
there, it's there.
Yeah,
So
very true.
yeah.
So this is the chart of the first day of Scorpio season, October 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we have the sun, the moon, Mars, Mercury, and Lilith all in Scorpio.
Fun.
Fun. What a lineup.
What a lineup. It's so like it's just so like potent and schemy.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
very schemy, which I love.
Yeah.
Like I love like in a good way, like in the best way possible. It's sort of like, oh, we're gonna scheme our way out of fascism.
Yes. Let's hold that intention.
So,
But I like that you said this because I think it's important to remember that Scorpio is also about power.
yeah,
And so, like, playing with power dynamics, being super aware of power dynamics, like, that's what I really see here at this ingress. It's like, oh, we are seeing power play out in these very intense ways, and all of our focus is in this world of like power and power exchange and empowerment, disempowerment.
yeah, I love it. I love it. And I just want to mention that the day before Scorpio season starts, Mercury enters its pre-shadow. So it's not retrograde. We'll talk about when it actually starts. But from the very beginning of the Scorpio season, Mercury is in the pre-shadow. So it will come back to these degrees. So whatever happens here, take note. Communication, agreements, loans, taxes, debts, anything that has to do with other people's resources, partners' resources, in intimacy situations,
Mm.
they will be probably coming back
Yeah.
to haunt you. I'm kidding.
Are you?
No?
No, yeah, that's an extremely good note. We are moving into a Mercury retrograde, so
Yeah, I can feel this Aries full moon right now so much.
I know it's so intense.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. So, yeah, the sun and moon. I need a sip of water. I'm telling you guys, recording in the full moon.
I know. I know. But I'm also just noticing as the sun moves into Scorpio, as with everything these days, into a fixed sign, it's going to
Mhm.
be making this. square with
Where?
Pluto.
Yes.
Um,
And it perfects on the 24th, but don't wait. It's not that it's on
mhm.
24th. It's an important day. It's such a short orb.
Yes, yeah, it's so
So it's
so
like, yeah,
potent.
23rd, and then on 24th, it
Yeah.
will, like in the early hours of the 24th, it will be perfected. Um, which
Mm,
to me feels like fixed. What I don't like about fixed seasons is fixed squares. Fixed squares because they demand a choice. They demand something to be like, because it's not the square always asks for something to go. It always asks to make a choice and to like to prioritize one thing a little bit over the other thing. It doesn't, in order, you can continue the loop of not making a choice, but with every similar square it will become harder and harder. There is an opportunity for avoidance with squares. When people say like you have to, you can avoid it, but I would not suggest avoiding it, because I think the issue with our collective at the moment is that we have been avoiding something collectively for way too long, and with every like square to outer planets specifically, it becomes harder and harder to make that choice. The options are less and less.
mhm.
That's where we
Absolutely.
find ourselves, especially with Pluto and Aquarius. It's our engagement in the collective changes, and how our fear or shame or inability to tap into our personal resources, inner resources like power and strength, prevent us from engaging in powerfully in collective currents.
Yeah, that's beautifully put. I do think it's, I think we've been witnessing what avoidant behavior does for so
Mm-hmm.
long. Um, and if you're in a place of avoidance, like I think it is good to take small steps
Mm-hmm.
towards like really approaching the things that you are frightened by, um, to just kind of navigate these waves where you start to take more and more responsibility
Mm-hmm.
for your energy, for your actions, for how you're showing up,
Mm-hmm.
to this collective. Because the sun is our vitality, and it's like how we show up. It's like a very central, vital force in the world. And when
Mm-hmm.
we have it squaring Pluto, we're like really confronted by the ways our power is um, utilized, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the ways that we feel empowered and the ways we feel disempowered in the world. And um, it's just important to take stock of that and notice that. What makes you feel powerful? What makes you feel depleted? Um,
Yeah.
and how does that really align with like your value system at the end of the day? Like what
Yeah.
actually makes you feel powerful um, to
Yes.
participate, really? I think that's the
Mm-hmm.
own Aquarius deal.
Yeah.
So,
And participate even like can be on a social, economic, political arena, but also just in life, in your personal life.
mm-hmm.
Just because like it can be overwhelming when we talk about participating in grand, big undertakings or political movements or anything like that. That I think that's what jumps into people's head right away.
Yeah.
But really, like in your personal life, how can you engage with your energy where you don't, because sun in Scorpio, it sort of like functions behind the scenes. What do you do behind the scenes? How do you maybe, there's some patterns, fixed patterns that don't allow more fruitful engagement in your higher goals and dreams, which is like Aquarius for me.
Mm-hmm.
Something here is like something that you do, or like how you treat yourself behind the scenes, or like some kind of patterns of behavior Where do you leak your energy?
Yeah.
Maybe what do you allow the energy to be leaked? What are the tools that like get it out of you? Social media, for example, a big one.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think there's something so for me that's coming up that's like more spiritual as well. Like what are the maybe more unconscious power dynamics that are guiding you?
Mm-hmm.
Um, for instance, like ancestral patterns,
Mm-hmm.
ancestral trauma that needs to
It's a
be
big one.
addressed. Like all of these things for me in my conception are part of our quest for collective liberation. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like really doing this like deep inner work, inner healing actually helps all of us like shift and move our consciousness. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I just want to bring that into the fold as well.
Yeah. And before I move to the next one, it's one of the first squares. We'll, like I said earlier, we'll have a 20 years of this particular square.
Yeah,
So the more you chip away, even a little bit of it in the beginning, the easier it will get
that's really great. Yeah.
10 years down the line or so.
I mean, not really great, but that we're going to be having these squares, but good that we
Yeah,
have this it's a long, difficult block of something that we're chipping away at, right?
a
So,
fixed block.
yeah.
Fixed block is bone deep.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. So this is a really dynamic day
yeah,
because we
24th.
also have Mercury forming this trine to Jupiter, 24 degrees of Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is so interesting, like taking all of the alchemy of that like Sun square to Pluto and then putting Mercury and Jupiter in this harmonious aspect seems like there's an ability to kind of really
Mm-hmm.
communicate this or like see the greater pattern as we were talking about.
Unconscious water pattern, something that like underground water.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's also the next day, I think we should like kind of weave it together. 20
Yeah.
or the 24th, this trine to Jupiter, and then on next day on 25th, Mercury trine Saturn in Pisces. So in the course of these 2 days, 24th and 25th of October, there is this grand trine that is formed that is not final. It will be revisited because Mercury is going to go retrograde later in the season. So this 24th and 25th of October are very significant days, as in they give us a glimpse of what prevents us mentally, spiritually, because Saturn is in Pisces, like self-limiting, what prevents us from like taking the steps that we need to take or move in the direction that we need to move. And the less you carry, the easier for this water to take you and put you places and take you places. It's like really strong current, really, really strong current that is like it's very active throughout the whole of Scorpio season.
Mm.
So just you will notice what you're carrying with you that doesn't allow this water current to take you places
Mm.
because it's so supportive. You don't even like, it's sort of like if you emotionally and on the feeling level aligned with your goals, this trine will take you places. But
Mhm.
because Mercury goes retrograde, I assume for most of people it won't take us places initially. It
Mhm.
will just show us what we carry that's too heavy.
Yeah, I like that. I'm also seeing just some kind of ideation around like the structures in our lives that are either out of alignment with
Mm-hmm.
our higher vision or our goals, or sort of noticing where systems and structures, like routines, could actually be put in place to kind of be more supportive, be more
Mm-hmm.
more of a successful scaffolding for like what our vision is and where we want to be going.
Mhm. Yeah,
Actually.
and this interesting thing about these routines, because you're talking mostly probably about Saturn and
Mhm.
Pisces,
Yeah.
it is ruled by Jupiter in Cancer. It's
Mm.
routines of self-care,
Yeah, exactly.
right? It's like some kind of something where you like, uh, there's a very thin line between, again, avoidance and self-care.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's blurred. Like we've all been there, I think.
Or it's like indulging in self-care too.
Yes, but here it's sort of like it's very subterranean kind of structures too.
Mm-hmm.
They're not very obvious, but they might be obvious to you, but they might not be obvious to the outer world.
Yeah.
That's what needs like that strong Saturnian like involvement. Something very, and again, I always invite to like this houses, like your Scorpio house, your Pisces house, and your Cancer house. They are
Right.
gonna be different. For me, they're like as a Aries rising, they do fall in their respected houses. So for me, it is very much liberation and like, like that moksha, like in Vedic astrology. But for someone else, like it will be more active. The
Hmm.
Libra will be more involved with others. For example, like if you are Earth rising, it will be a bit more social. It will be a bit more people related, that sort of current. So it depends. So always try to identify the houses.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to mention too that we have this like active square to Chiron happening between Jupiter and Chiron at 24 degrees of Aries. Um, and
Yeah.
yeah, I just think there's like such an opportunity for learning here. Like I really see the Jupiterian impulse to like study, to um higher understanding of something, mixing with Chiron, who is that teacher, really, the healer teacher within us. Um, so there's something we have to be confronted with on our healing path about like what tools we need to incorporate, like what philosophy is going to help us at this stage.
Mhm.
Um, I think through the tension that's created in that square, I think it's like there's something else where we need to like bring in a puzzle piece to kind of support us at this juncture.
Mhm.
Um,
It's so interesting how heavily I try to avoid even talking about this square. Because yesterday I thought about it. I
mm.
didn't put it, we have notes.
It's
And
not in
yes,
the notes, folks.
it's not in the notes because I was doing notes this time and I didn't put it there. First by mistake, then I remembered and I still chose not to.
Sorry, Mariana.
It's like, no, you're not going there. You were not learning. It's insane. And then
I
you,
know.
when you start, just now you started talking about it. I'm like, no, avoiding it. Is it? Is it just no way out of this Jupiter Chiron square?
Hmm.
Because we are the tools of teaching in this world. No, nothing external. This is a very primordial, internal, what you are, naked, authentic, no pretense. This is what you need to get to.
I love that because I don't know, I think Jupiter in Cancer to me is such like it feels like goddess worship, because Cancer is
Mhm.
like the sign of the goddess, ruled by the moon. And I do think there is something to be said of just like going back to a very basic relationship with
Mhm.
yourself and your own rhythms and cycles, um,
Exactly.
and finding the medicine you need there.
Yeah, it's very much an air Chiron in Aries, which is very much a physical raw body to
Mhm.
it's like a fire body. It's that, and this conversation is very like again like primordial. It's
Mhm.
the lesson, and I have to note that this square is not over here. It will be repeated. I don't have dates, but we'll talk about it in 2026, but then both Chiron moves in Taurus and Jupiter moves in Leo, and we have that square in the first degree, or 0 1 first degree in 2026. It mutates from this primordial into this co-creational
Mm.
energy.
Yeah, that'll be so interesting.
Mhm.
Chiron, I mean, it's been in Aries for, feels like forever for me because it's been
Yeah.
like squaring my natal Chiron, and I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
tired of that.
Yeah, Chiron in Aries has not been fun.
No.
Not at all.
All right. Should we continue on? Let's see.
hmm So
Okay.
this was the first week, so in
Yes.
of Scorpio season, and then we start from October 27th,
Hmm.
the next week, which starts with Mars reactivating through different lens the same water trine we've been talking about. So Mars on October 27th trines Jupiter in Cancer, which um, is very it feels again like in remember like when I was saying schemy, this feels so good schemy. Like we're gonna go and we're gonna plot our individual lives, we're gonna plot the direction, we're gonna plot the collaborations, we're gonna plot the script. It just feels very good in that regard.
Yeah, it feels like as I'm talking about this with you, it feels like a really cool time to do some mapping of your next year. Like really kind of like
Yes,
looking
long term.
into what you want to like achieve, your goals, anything you want to like launch or share with the world, um,
Mhm.
and like mapping it out. I feel like that would be a good exercise.
It's such a good point because Saturn is leaving water sign for good,
Hmm.
goes into air. So it's like 30 years. So something here that is because water signs, they speak about what matters to us on such deep level. It's planning in accordance to that and what holds the most meaning.
Yeah,
That's what it feels like. And I really like it that it's not superficial planning.
right.
It's very, very like heavy in meaning.
Yeah,
I love
super intentional work.
and
Um,
Jupiter is exalted here, so it's like and Mars is at home. Can you imagine it's like the dignity of both planets and at its peak.
yeah. And I think it's so beautiful to see Jupiter and Saturn in that way because I think there's a way that it is talking about knowing our limits, especially with Mars
hmm
there.
hmm
Um, it's like how much do you want to expand and how much can you realistically
I
grow and
love
expand?
that. And it's such a can I share something? So
Yeah,
I made tea for myself before we started, one of those, yogi teas.
yeah,
And I always read the little note.
of course.
And it says the only thing that can limit you is believing that you are limited, become limitless. And I was like, bullshit. And no, truly, I honestly am not making this. I was just doing that, and in my head, as I was like carrying the tea to the table, I was like reading it, and I was like, you can't get anywhere if you do not understand your limits. What are you talking
Hmm.
about? Most people put their limits earlier than they should. That's a different conversation.
Yeah, yeah. You know, there's like a Delphic aphorism that was written above the temple of
Mm-hmm.
Delphi and then
Mm-hmm.
Apollo. And it's know thyself. And it's like a very
Mm-hmm.
famous aphorism. A lot of people in the
Yeah.
spiritual world are familiar with it. But there's a lesser known Delphic aphorism that was written on the temple that is know your limits.
Mm-hmm.
And people, there's lots of different ways of interpreting it, but one of the ways was like really reminding the people who were coming and petitioning for divination or seeing the oracle. It's like knowing that you are a human, you're not
Mm-hmm.
a divine being.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think that's an important thing when you have a spiritual practice or you're on a healing path. It's like knowing your limits, knowing that you're a human being, like having a human experience,
Mm-hmm.
so important to like
Very
stay
important.
grounded and like aware of your energy and, what you are capable of, because then you won't trip out on feeling shame or like even doubt can be like kind of reoriented when you know your limits, like really knowing
Yeah,
what you're capable of in any given moment.
it's so important. That's why, like, when you started talking about like limits, I was like, this is just the message repeats since I woke up.
Yeah.
It's one of the most important ones. And like a lot of people really do not understand that they can do so much more. That's a different conversation. Again,
Mm.
your limits, your can be stretched further, but you
Mm.
can't be stretched infinitely.
Right.
Just very important. So yeah, this and water understands this,
Mhm.
I think, because it spills.
Yes, there's such a good, oh, I wish I was in my studio because I have it posted, but there's a chapter in the Tao Te Ching about water. And like
Mm.
being good is like being like water.
Mm-hmm.
Like water knows how to go deep.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'll try to find it for folks, put in the
Yeah,
show.
like probably a lot of you heard that the ocean is less explored than the outer space,
Mm-hmm.
which is insane to me because it's there under here.
Yeah,
And yeah, it says a lot.
totally.
Yeah.
Speaking of water,
Hmm.
our next transit is a Mercury trine to Neptune on the
Hmm.
28th, at 29 degrees,
Hmm.
which is like really, I don't know, it's beautiful to have this like energetic degree trine in water
Hmm.
signs. There's like so much depth and potential for
Hmm.
exploration here with Mercury and Neptune, a very spiritual combination of planets.
Hmm.
Uh,
Very insightful,
Yeah,
like piercing.
it's a great time for oracle work, divination, um,
Hmm.
any kind of thing that's going to help you like tune into your inner compass.
100%. And also, I just want to again reiterate that most of these aspects will have two magos
Hmm.
with Mercury specifically.
Yeah.
So, like, it's like chipping away at something
Yeah.
very, uh, very layered, very deep, and though it's all like water and emotional, the sense that I get that it has to do very profoundly with something in the outer world, in our individual aspirations,
Mm.
with our like visions for ourselves, with also like a meaning of why we're here. I know it's a huge thing for everyone throughout their life, like why I am here. But this particular trines have they give me the sense that they're like really aiming there.
Yeah, I love that. I think I mean, with Jupiter too, I feel like
Yeah.
there is this sense of like expansiveness to it.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
but I
100%.
also think this is a beautiful, all of these transits really are just beautiful timing in terms of being kind of leading up to Samhain and being in these water signs, which, I think there's more connection to our unconscious. There's more connection to like spirit
Mhm.
realm, psychic ability, um, and really connecting with our spirit allies, whether they be our ancestors or ancestors of inspiration. Um, and I
Mhm.
just want to mention we have a little extra mini podcast episode for our Patreon subscribers and supporters all about ancestral worship. So if you're curious about that, take a look at our Patreon and thank you to our
Exciting.
supporters.
Thank you.
But it is a really potent time for that work. So and the fact that we're having these try-ins repeat, it's like it's a process, right? Just
Mhm.
continue deepening your practice and seeing who's responding and what allies are there to support you.
Yeah, it's like no change really happens in the conscious mind. And this season is sort of like the change is happening where it's supposed to be happening.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dreaming is going to be
Oh
super
yeah.
important this time of year.
I had a dream yesterday. Sorry, but it was like so like I don't dream much, honestly, which is very weird with my Mercury in Pisces.
Mm.
But oh my God, I had dreamed that I'm like watering plants and it's never enough water. And I'm like running crazy and like people, and there's so many people coming out of nowhere and they're like, plants are dying, water the plants. And I'm running with water and watering
Whoa.
plants. And I'm like, and they still dry. I'm like, I'm watering. There's not enough water.
Oh my
It was so
gosh.
insane. Yeah. And
Well,
it felt
you need
like
to go to the water.
I do every day.
Good. Good.
Yeah, it's so like yeah, I can't wait for the Scorpio season. I think we need the salt water
Yeah. We
over
need
our like
spirits, souls.
spirits, painful wounds, things,
Yeah, totally.
all of us. All
Well,
right.
on October 29th, we do have Mercury traveling into Sagittarius.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of a shift here, and Mercury will be going retrograde in Sagittarius.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, Mercury in Sag, it's not the favorite. It's sort of like that you put I had horrible because like I don't want to like speak negatively about Mercury. I love Mercury. Mercury is like my highest degree planet, so it's a very significant, but it's sort of like putting a fly into a temple and being like, I understand the temple. Like comprehend this.
ah,
It's the same as you when you put like a god into like a marketplace. It's like
mhm.
a weird like other way Jupiter in the Mercury ruled sign when it was
Yes.
so it has this energy. That's why it doesn't like being in Sagittarius, because it's like I'm trying to grasp something and I don't stop at it and it's not possible.
Yeah, there's like a little frustration of the
Hmm.
immensity or the expansiveness of it all.
That's how I look at least at
Hmm.
Mercury in Jupiter ruled signs. For me,
Hmm.
it's like I have Mercury in Jupiter ruled sign. It's like you got to give up trying to find answers. The whole notion is not working.
Yeah. Or it's just like you have to be accepting of like the immensity of it, you know,
Yeah,
which is also extremely difficult when you're trying
it's
to find a solution or like a
yeah. Uncertainty is killing Mercury in Sagittarius.
Mm. And it's forming this opposition to Uranus
Oh my
as it
God.
goes in.
Yes, I forgot about that one.
And it's Uranus in Gemini. Um,
Hmm.
and so I feel like it is kind of this like, it feels like being like oversaturated, you know,
Hmm.
um, and overwhelmed by the immensity of information,
Hmm.
like the potentials.
Yeah,
Mm. Feels a little
connections.
bit like, what we're seeing with AI, where it's like the technology is just like kind of reckless and like recklessly exploring itself and recklessly expanding in this way. Um,
And and lying to us along the way, not in the way that I think it lies to us.
mhm, mhm,
I have recently thought about the whole AI promise as being this illusion, not just like that it's gonna like help us, not in that sense, but just everything about it. Because that,
right.
especially when Neptune is in Aries forming and Uranus is very much about AI, and Uranus in Gemini is
Mhm.
very much AI, and Pluto in Aquarius is also that. So this, though it's like so many positive aspects that this Uranus is making. Sorry, I'm jumping, but from Mercury here, but Uranus making it just lets it go through the cracks easier. It's not like it's better for us.
Mhm.
It just makes its lies sextile to Neptune and Aries once it's again activated in 2026,
Yeah.
like it was in the beginning of this year. It's sort of like a lot of resources are being transferred in the world under the disguise of this AI revolution. And everybody's runs, but I don't think it will be as we think it is. I think it's like a tool of manipulation to some
Definitely.
degree.
I mean, I don't know if anyone or our listeners are aware, but there's already been at least one person that AI has convinced to commit suicide. Trigger warning, suicide. Um,
It's insane.
but it's not, and if you've read this story, it's truly horrifying how the artificial intelligence like encouraged that kind of behavior.
It's
And so
insane.
it's reflecting our own delusions back to us and feeding us our delusions in this
Hmm.
really powerfully destructive way. So I encourage anyone who is playing with AI to just like be super careful about how you use it as an emotional reflection. It's not for that.
It's not for that for sure. And have tried to surround yourself with people.
Yeah,
It's like it's so people are so important. It's
yeah.
like hard to like I don't know, go places. This is like one of the big things that Sun in the beginning of the Scorpio season, Sun square Pluto. If you isolate yourself in the dungeons of your own psyche, the world will destroy you.
Mm,
That square is about.
hmm.
You know, Pluto and Aquarius is AI. We didn't mention that also very much. So you gotta let go, and isolating that Sun square Pluto is a byproduct of shame and fear of some sort, rejection, all that. So you gotta like get over it.
Right.
That square is like if there's something to get over it, is that self-isolation.
Totally. Find the people who have the fun niche that you have, like
Mm.
the fun curiosity, and attempt to build community from there.
Yes, 100%. Right, let's go back to Mercury
Let's
opposition
go back to
Uranus.
Mercury.
Yes, so it's like I think you said it beautifully. It's too much of everything put on the plate. Infinity of choices, no choices are made.
Hmm. But maybe I'll try to be like the positive spin.
Let's go.
It's like explore. Like this is
Yeah,
time to just like explore, like read a book about something that you have no like grounding in at all. Like learn
yeah.
something new. Really like let yourself kind of be in awe of
Hmm.
the immensity of our experience,
Hmm.
um, without needing to like have any kind of complete theory about it,
Yeah.
you know?
Hmm.
It's interesting on this day, the 29th of October, we also have Mars in an exact trine with that Saturn here,
Hmm.
which is also just like, I don't know.
Yeah. And just the one thing that I want to say that Mars trine in Saturn, it's still activating Jupiter. So it's a grand
Yeah.
water trine. So it
Hmm.
just like it's
It's in,
from
yeah.
the moment we spoke about Mars trine Jupiter a few days earlier, it holds.
Hmm.
It hasn't even gone a degree away. So it's all because Jupiter is very slow. It's very much so Mars trine in Saturn. And again, beautiful.
Yeah,
So
totally.
like constructive.
So yeah, lean into that, lean into this visioning. And maybe that like exploratory Mercury will sort of like pull in something unexpected. Um,
Yeah. The end of
especially
October, I love that whole like constructive, very targeted, very intuitive, um,
yes.
very, yeah, it's very intuitive choice process
Yeah.
that is supported, that's not diluted or delusional by some kind of like squares or negative aspects to Neptune or from Neptune. It's very much like what you feel is right might be right.
Yeah, yeah. And I want to show the chart of Samhain, Hallows Eve, the 31st of October. We have this, the water trine is still active and the moon is in Pisces, which is kind of nice for
Mhm.
the day when the veil is thin. Um, and then the final transit we wanted to mention, the second week of Scorpio, was on November 2nd, when we have Venus in Libra forming a square to Jupiter. Let's see if I can get my chart here. Where am I?
Just maybe 1 hour ahead or 2 hours ahead. It will be. Yeah.
Okay, we made it. Sorry, I'm being a very slow driver today.
It's okay.
Um, so here we go.
Lovely. And
Lovely.
it's opposing Chiron.
Yeah, lovely.
The thing is, like, we haven't mentioned Venus completely. Like, Venus fell through the cracks of it's in domicile through the
Yeah.
first 2 weeks of Scorpio season, which so beneficial. So
Hmm.
Mars is in domicile, Venus is in domicile, we have Jupiter exalted. This Scorpio season is like a gift that keeps on giving, like honestly.
Really?
It's not smoother like completely without any hiccups, but good. It's good.
Yeah.
And Venus square Jupiter, benefic square with both planets in their like high dignity. It and again, square, something gotta go.
Hmm.
But what is that? What needs to go? What do we like? Is it something over attachment to security in order to have more security down the line?
Mm.
I don't know. It's just something like
Or
um
is it like, I don't know, I always see Venus and Libra, like there's a sense of making sure everyone's okay,
mhm,
like making sure everyone is doing okay. There's like a hypervigilance about other people's needs.
mhm,
Um, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's just like a little less of that and a little bit more reorienting to the self, especially with that Chiron in Aries.
yes.
Like encouraging a little bit more self-effacing care. Um, but it is, I think it's that like confrontation of the square that's bringing you into higher consciousness of something healing,
Mhm,
you know,
yes.
ultimately.
It's like sort of a tension between needs and desires and wants. So Moon ruled Jupiter and Venus ruled Venus. It's like this tension between do what you want, is it good for you? What you need, what do you need to sacrifice in order what which of your wants need to go? And maybe not even wants, but like you said, which of your attempts of holding things together need to go in order to have your needs met. So where are you holding things too much together for
Right.
others in detriment to your needs? Yeah,
Hmm.
it's pretty much what you said.
Hmm. Yeah, a beautiful opportunity here, November 2nd. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that's the final transit for the first 2 weeks of Scorpio season. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like Mariana said, there's a lot of richness here. And that water is a healing force as well. So
Mm-hmm.
a beautiful time to really be steeped in that practice, however that looks
Yeah,
for you.
take care of yourself. It's like it's a very very important time this Scorpio season.
Mm, absolutely. And happy
Mm-hmm.
Samhain to those who celebrate. Happy All Souls Day, Dia de los Muertos. Um, and yeah, wishing everyone, I don't know, wishing
Um,
everyone some like richness of experience here. And I'm excited to
yeah,
hear you tell us about it. So
yes,
leave
find
us a comment.
grounding, find grounding here.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd
Yeah.
love to hear from you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you guys.
And definitely check us out on Patreon if you're able to support us. It
Yeah.
really means a lot and makes a difference to how we can show up here.
Thank you guys.
All right, take care, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Modern Witches podcast. We hope you've been inspired to cultivate your own magic and to craft your own spiritual practices. Let us know what sparked your curiosity by leaving us a comment on this episode or leave us a review. And don't forget to subscribe to the show so that you never miss an episode. Your feedback and engagement truly fills our cups. If you're looking for more ways to gather with your fellow witches, please support our work on Patreon. Learn more at modernwitches.org. Blessed be.